Oh, you take all the money. Oh, he does call. Radic now picking up the Osses. Tim here now with 10 big blinds. Might be lights out for this man in this situation. Can't imagine anything else here from Tim, just a 3-bet all in here. Obviously, it's not ideal given that it is Radic opening from UTG, but I do think his hand off this stack size, you kind of have no other option but to say all in. Yeah, and he does go all in. Again, as I said before in this example, this is music to Radic's ears. Even more so if somebody wakes up with a hand behind, but even if that was to happen, it's going to be a pretty strong hand, but Hadi obviously going to be getting out of the way here with the ace-7. Oh, no way. This is disgusting, lads. What is this? This is nasty. I mean, all my praise for Gerardo when he sits down the feature table is going to be 50 to 60, 50 to, well, probably 50% of his stack is going to be gone here. I mean, aces can't ask for much more. I might have actually jinxed that by saying somebody picks up a premium hand behind. Unfortunately for Gerardo. Gerardo can't believe it, man. Tim obviously in the worst shape possible. The worst shape possible here. Radic just praying for no king. No straight cards. No 8-9 jack or 9-10 jack. Anything like that. Yeah, for sure, poker is pretty nasty, but yeah, completely standard from every single player here in terms of decision making, but not over yet, guys. Let's see what happens here. It'll be an interesting one. No help for either player. Ace is in a very dominant lead here with 85%. Even better shape with the diamonds dominated here. One out for Gerardo in terms of the king. Has to be the king of, yeah, doesn't matter too much. But either way, huge, huge, huge pot for Radic there. We lose Tim, unfortunately. Gerardo, still more than enough in terms of big blinds here, 23, but does lose that huge stack that he had once, or once had, I should say. It's basically been a full 180 there, or 360, whatever way you want to phrase it for Radic. Now on 64 big blinds. Huge, huge pot for that man. So yeah, when I kind of lost one or two buy-ins, and I started feeling worse and worse as the session went on. But yeah, I do agree. Expectation in poker is a definite negative, I would say. To be honest, opening the ace-5 suited here. Hadi does decide to defend in the big blind. But either way, definitely don't like the 2x pot jam there on the river. Probably overkill, in my opinion. Kim here picking up the jacks though, off 28 bigs. Obviously going to be coming in for a raise. We fold around to Radic here on the big blind. Rather not going to be playing 9-6 off for sure. We have 18 players remaining here, guys. As I said, there probably will be a table redraw with 16 players remaining. We have 10-8 offsuit here for Radic, just facing a slightly bigger size in the min open. He's going to defend. Flop is pretty good. Wow. Money going in the middle here, lads. What a sick flop for both these players. Insane. Question is, does Radic fast play here on the flop? The rainbow board, so maybe less incentive to do so. I mean, obviously, if he knew Kim had the hand he had, he might be more inclined to fast play, but obviously he cannot know that. But he is grabbing raising ships, and that looks like 1.2 milli. Kim probably pretty happy to see this, I would guess. And he still has outs to improve here. I would assume he's just going to call here for the same reason that I was kind of mentioning, that it's a pretty dry board. There isn't really that many bad turn cards except an 8 or a 10. This is more of a two-tone board. I'd be probably more inclined to start getting the money in. Just run it after that. But he is looking, maybe just giving it a count to his stack, see how much he has left behind. Got check my, looking for a board pair. I mean, it just goes down to, again, if Radic is ever raising this board light. That's how you kind of make your decision here with this hand. Whether you just want to 3-bet, get this in, or decide to slow play. And he is going for a 3-bet on the flop, guys. Again, Radic is the one on a heater right now. And he does 4-bet all in. And we got a straight versus top set, guys. Pretty sick flop here. Radic could be in line for a 24, 25 million stack here, even 26 or so, if he does manage to hold here and the board does not pair. 15 million chip pot buys, the big one. We do have Kim at risk here with top set versus Radic's flopped straight. 4-1 underdog at the moment, Kim is. 6 on the turn, that's no help. He needs a 7, 9, 6 or a jack, or he will be eliminated. It's an ace on the river, guys, and Radic does hold, and we do lose Kim, unfortunately. Radic is absolutely cleaning up right now, lads. This man can do no wrong. Running very good, and I feel for Kim. Obviously, nothing you can do in that situation there, and completely plays itself. Very unfortunate. Gariana's here now with ace-9 suited. I see a min raise being a thing here off this stack size with this hand. Don't mind it at all. He does elect to raise. Got Hadi here now at a6 off. Can't imagine he's going to be flicking in a call here by any means. Might contemplate a raise, but off Giannis' stack here, I don't see the merit. But again, not for the first time over the last 2 days, I've been proven wrong by Hadi's antics and how he plays pre and post. So the GG does defend as well, or come along for the ride with the Jack 10 offsuit as well. GG here, just flopping top here, does decide to check. Giannis with an open ender, that's about it. Hadi with a gut shot, bottom end of the straight though. He does check back. Not the nicest turn card for any player here. Giannis might be tempted to take a stab here, given the king is going to be relatively good for his raise first in range. Just whether or not he finds the heart to flick in a bet here, and it does look like it. Which I like, by the way. Super small bet, but really don't have to bet too much bigger here than what he did, simply because it is multi-way. And it puts a lot of pressure on like 7-8 or 7x or 8x, excuse me. The GG does call pretty quickly, which Giannis can't be too happy about. It gives him a smile as well, which is going to be an interesting river, guys. Let's see how this unfolds. Check in the dark, he says. Well, probably not the best river to bluff here, unless Giannis really does want to go for it, not having diamonds. Really not a great spot here. And he does go for it. My man, Giannis. My man. Respect, bro. Absolute respect, my G. And he does fold. Well played. Love that. I'm delighted. I mean, there was still a big blind ante and the big blind itself out there, so still 800k there. You know, it's worth something. So got Mickey here with a decision whether he wants to, again, open shove here. I do think this is going to be the play at this stage. He does announce all in. We got Hadi waking up with the big slick. Not only big slick, but a big slick suited. And he does announce the all or the call. We got ZG here waking up with nines. What an annoying spot here, because if Mickey gets knocked out, he makes the final table, and there is a pay jump to take into account here. Just let me check here in the chat. So there is a 1k pay jump here that he needs to take into consideration. But he does have 5 big blinds. I mean, I'm really not sure about this one, guys. This is one that I have very little experience with dealing with. I suppose you could just ask the question how much 1k means to ZGG here. Because 9s off 5 big blinds here is a pretty good hand to have. That I just don't know, can you still fold this here? Because if you fold here and you don't really pick up a hand in the next orbit, you might not pick up another hand as strong as this for the remainder of time he might have left here. Like if you had 10 big blinds here, maybe you can find the fold, but off 5 big blinds, I personally think he should call. He folds. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know what you guys think about that one. I do think 9 should go in the middle there off 5 big blinds, even though there was previous street action, but there is a 1k pay jump to worry about. That's why I'm kind of asking the question. It just depends what 1k means to CGG. But it is 1k at the end of the day, guys, in terms of pay jump. So Mickey, obviously dominated by Hadi. So he needs a queen. Yeah, I suppose that's something to take into account as well. Oh, it does come queen high. He does spike the 3-outer here. Hadi still has backdoor clubs and the king out. King and a king only for Hadi. And Mickey doubles up. Your man would have hit the 9 on the river. This is like poker, man. This is like always about like it kind of just punish you for like sometimes making the wrong decision. So Paul, first time we saw his face. It's another guy as well. It's the first time we saw Andar from Germany. Stefan getting out of the way. Here we are with Moritz again. 6-5 offsuit. Not going to be playing. I think we're just getting word as well, guys, that there might be a graphical error for Andar. I think it's meant to be Seb Langrock. So hopefully that should get corrected on the graphics sooner rather than later. So we'll name him incognito for right now. But I do think it's meant to be Seb Landrock in terms of the name for Andar. Either way, we have Mickey here with the ace-king offsuit. Got Sylvian here with the king 10, going to be at least defending. I'm probably just only defending, to be fair, against that stack size that Mickey is raising off. He has made it quite big based on the raise first in size and the blinds we're operating at right now. So he made it just over 3x, which is bigger than you normally see, and you kind of see it with these sort of hands. Sylvian flopping an open ender here, having the king of hearts as well for extra backdoor equity. Ace king here for Mickey. He's going to come out for a c-bet. I wonder, does Sylvian just decide to check jam this here to realise equity, especially when he bets 1.5 million here? So he makes it around 1/3 of the pot here. I think Sylvian can possibly just afford to run this here, but I'm not too sure. So maybe that's a tad bit ambitious from my perspective to potentially just get this in here. He does elect to just call. Well, that's going to be a killer card for Mickey, I think. Unbelievable card for Sylvian. Does Mickey just shove this in here on this board? And that's going to be a quick elimination there for ourselves, unless we get a 10 on the river. I mean, look, I think I would just get that in on the flop with this hand with the King of Hearts to just realise equity. Because, look, Sylvian will still have 20 big blinds behind. Pretty unfortunate turn card there for Mickey. Don't blame him for sticking it in the middle in this situation, but that's going to be our first elimination from this feature table, guys, or from this final table, I should say. So second or third hand, I believe, and we've got an elimination already. Because whatever we're getting knocked out in 8th, 9th, 10th, and whatever position before that, you do not want to be the bubble boy of this ticket. So you do not. Oops, apologies. But yeah, you do not want to be the bubble boy of this ticket. Bad enough being the bubble boy of the tournament cash itself, not making day 2. But yeah, being that 7th place finisher doesn't feel great, I would say. Doesn't feel good, even. It's pretty shit, I would say. Anyways, Moritz coming in for a raise here. The bucket 6s. Got Radic here on the button. This is what I like. Seen this by Radek before. So, as I mentioned, the hand example that he played against Hadi earlier on today, where he did 3 about the Queen Jack against Hadi's King Queen offsuit. So he's not afraid to mix this up on the button, and this does put a lot of pressure on Moritz here, where you will just probably have to fold. Probably will have to fold here, I'd say. He's actually thinking about calling here. He does elect to. Obviously a pretty bad board here for pocket 6s. Pretty bad board. Fortunately, he's just going to have to check fold here. He just open shoves. I'm calling it now. Radic is going to win this, boys. He's either going to build up a huge stack or he's going to crash and burn. But this man has character. This man has character. This is something else. This man does not care. He's just putting the pressure on here, lads. He's putting the pressure on. Yeah, the Hollywood is a bit debatable board, alright. I mean, I'm just very... I got Moritz here with the King Jack off. Getting all the way under the gun. CG here. CGG, excuse me. Open ship in the pocket 8s. Let's see, can somebody pick up a hand behind? Oh, look at this, guys. We finally got some action here. Hall waking up with the rockets in the small blind. He does decide to call. This could be the end of ZGG after his commitment to trying to make a ticket. He's in trouble here. Bit unfortunate for ZGG. Hopefully the aces can hold. We finally burst his ticket. That's no disrespect to ZGG. We shall see what happens. Pretty unfortunate spot for him nonetheless. He still has outs. A snowman, please, Mr. Dealer. is what he's praying for. And there's no 8 on that flop, guys. Does have backdoor spades. Oh my god, guys, a 2-outer on the river. No way. Wow. No way, lads. This is typical bubble fashion. This is typical bubble BS, guys. Sylvian here now with the Jack 8 suited in the cutoff. Coming in for a raise. It looks like he's going to get it through, although Moritz should be defending the 8-5 suited here. He does elect to do so. Just flop top and bottom. You see Sylvian flopping top pair as well. Pretty dicey board though. Pretty dicey board. Does elect to go for a bet though. You just see an all in here from Moritz. Sylvian does call. This is interesting. So Moritz in pretty good shape here to get a double up, although equities are running pretty close here. That is correct in terms of what we see here. So we do have an all in. We do have an all in here. Paul says, why do you ask for 7? I would ask the same question, bro. See what happens here, guys. 7 would be pretty unfortunate, I would say. I mean, a 6 would be pretty bad as well. A 9 or a 4 would be pretty bad as well, no? Oh my god, lads, this bubble is never going to burst. You can't be serious. You can't be serious, lads. What the hell is that run out? Here I am. Well, yeah, we are nearly 9 hours into the grind here for the coverage of this final day of the German Poker Masters. It was around 6 to 7 hours of coverage from day 2 last night. Finished up around 3 a.m. Started around 9, I believe. So yeah, bit of a longer stream today. Probably going to be another 2 or 3 hours if I had to guess. We do have Ace King here for Radic. And this could be the bubble, lads. Top pair here for Moritz with the flush draw, and top pair, top kicker for Radic. Of a relatively short stack here. I think the money is going in the middle. I have to guess. Not much more both players can do here, and he does decide to ship. And a pretty quick call here from Radic. So here we have it, guys. This could be the bubble burst on. Let's see how this pans out. I mean, what do we say? Running 7s, running jacks. Ace of spades. Ace of clubs on the river. Or ace of spades, ace of diamonds on the river. Pretty close spot here for both players. Radic just a slight favourite, but here we go. Six of spades on the turn, a 5 or a spade, or we will be losing Moritz. No spade for Moritz. That is it, guys. We finally burst the bubble. Unfortunate for Moritz, nothing more he could do there. Completely standard. Once that hand went post flop, somebody had to be the bubble boy or girl. Well, technically boy in this situation. But either way, we do have the bubble finally burst for the main event ticket, guys. So all players guaranteed that Kent 10k ticket. Well done, everyone. Unfortunate for Moritz. But yeah, tournaments every hour, they will go up. You have Hadi picking up the rockets on the button. And we do have an all-in from Radic. I mean, this is a little bit impatient from Radic here. This is a little bit of a misstep. It's a pretty easy call here for... I mean, I don't think Hadi is going to tank this time, is he? I mean, if this guy tanked with that, there would be some debate going on in chat. But nevertheless, Queen 9 here versus Aces. The 9 high flop. Does have some extra equity here. Some 2 pair outs. Queen or 9 here. And there's an 8 of spades. 12% of the time he will hit this 2 pair. So let's see what happens. River card to come. Does get a pretty big double up there. I mean, I know Radic is going to get a fold there most of the time, but it's probably still a little bit unnecessary. And now aces will be cracked. I mean, it would be pretty unfortunate if they were. And previous series, you know, in the past, and there's always one guy that might make a pretty big blunder based on, you know, ICM or, you know, blowing up on the bubble situation. That did not happen once, really, that often anyways, compared to previous experiences on this bubble of this main event ticket, bro. So yeah, like it's like I well believe that even down to the last 100 players, mate, seem to be probably a solid field of players left at that stage still. But right now, there's no soft players here or weak players in my opinion. I mean, usually with tournaments you kind of get that kind of ratio. But I think we might have another all-in spot here again, guys. We do have the 3-bet all-in from Hadi. And there with the pocket 8 in a 4-way situation. When you have to take into account the other short stacks, and I do think Radic is a little bit on the shorter side himself. I mean, we've seen him make a big fold with 10s in that money bubble spot, but obviously that thing is not really relevant anymore. I mean, in fairness, best case scenario, it is going to be a flip. Best case scenario, it is going to be a flip, realistically. Didn't you tip it, Sebastian? Yeah, as I said, guys, I'm probably pretty confident at best this is going to be a flip, so tension really can get you to make some mistakes, but generally you consistently fight on a high level. Yeah, for sure, bro, and I have to say, like, this player, the last 27 players that I saw from this day 3 coverage, man, have been fairly on par with that. So, as I said, just previous streams I've done, it has definitely not been that common. You know, you don't, as I said, you always have the tendency to have a little bit of mix of, you know, strong players, weaker players left in the, you know, final X amount of tables. But yeah, in this situation, in this tournament, really did not seem to be the case at all. Oh, you take all the money. Oh, he does call. Yeah, glad he did. But he still could end up being a third place finisher here, mate. I mean, at least. Pretty nice spot here for Hadi again. Pretty nice spot for Hadi. 8 is what Andar needs here. Neither player has a club, guys. Eight or an 8 only. We did see a 2-outer against aces earlier. Can we see the same thing? Not on that turn. Here we go, guys. No, sir. We lose. Andar. Unfortunately. Just like that, guys, we are 3-handed. They're dropping like flies. We got Queen 10 suited here for Hadi. More than good enough to open up 3-way. $2,500,000 he announces. He's just ships here. This man is, I mean, I'm assuming, or maybe it's a raise. Apologies. I mean, Radic looked like he's kind of done though, no? Doesn't look too interested anymore. Makes it like 10 million, so like a 4x 3-bet here. And Hadi does decide to call, so we'll see what happens here, boys. Could be a big one. Could be a big one. Could be a spicy run out here. Well, it's probably enough for Radic here to stick it in the middle, possibly. He does check, actually. I'm actually surprised to see that. And he snap calls. He just goes all in and he calls. This is nuts. I mean, lads, I know they're not the deepest here. Probably could have been a little bit different. I'm not too sure. I think Radic is losing a bit of the heart for this right now after 10 hours into this situation. But anyways, he still has outs. Still has outs. Any 9 or a jack for a split. 2 on the clubs. 2 of clubs on the turn, excuse me. Nine or a jack. We will be losing Mr. Radic, and we will be going heads up, ladies and gentlemen. What a sweat. And that's it, folks. We are heads up here, but not in this situation. But either way, I'm sure you guys get my point. So maybe it will be 2 a.m. Maybe not, bro. Maybe not. We have ace-10 here for Hadi on the dealer. We do have ZGG here with the king-queen. I assume he is going to be 3-betting this hand here. Calling out of position here with a hand as strong as king-queen offsuit. Doesn't really work well, I don't think. I think 3-bet jamming this might be a little bit excessive, so I assume 3-betting is going to be the action. He says 10 million, I believe. Now, is this strong enough to 4-bet all in here against 30 big blinds? Well, 26 big blinds behind, probably 33, 34 effective. It might be. Please tell me this is a replay. No, mate. Apocalypse. We are heads up. And we do get an all-in, guys. This could be it. This could be it if the ace-10 does hold here. And I might actually get to go to bed earlier than expected. We shall see. Of course, I do not want ZGG to lose, but he is at risk here nonetheless. So we shall see what happens here, guys. Huge flip here. If Hadi loses this, ZGG does take the chip lead. That's how close these guys were. Not even 2 a.m. We'll still see current. Here comes the flop. It's clean so far for Mr. Hadi. King or a queen, running hearts as well is a possibility. We shall see. 3 of hearts on the turn, always a sweat. Never easy. People in the background looking at this last river card, and it's the ace of diamonds. We have a winner of our German Poker Masters, people. The two players congratulate each other, give each other a pat in the back. Round of applause for our winner. That is Hadi. Again, don't ask me to pronounce his surname because I will, without a doubt, butcher it. But that is it, folks. That is it for our coverage of the German Poker Masters. Congratulations to all.